Hi guys, Dragon Warrior Reviews here, and today I'm going to be showing you the Hot Toys Padawan Ahsoka Tano from the Star Wars, the Ahsoka show / Clone Wars. I know, ladies and gentlemen, if you did watch my Marok review, you would know that I said that he was my last figure from the Ahsoka line, but last minute I kind of made like a decision. I really kind of thought, I really like Ahsoka, one of my favourite characters in Star Wars, especially in the Clone Wars, and especially this outfit, and you know, I think I let it sit for like 2 weeks because I was like, I'm not going to get it, But then when I saw other people, like Justin's review and other people having her in their collection and seeing different shorts and stuff, I thought, you know what, I really want to cop her. She's definitely she's probably one of the cheapest Hot Toys figures I have bought. Definitely in a while. She's not that expensive, which is good because she's quite a small figure. But I have to get her because what I've seen is Hot Toys have nailed this figure. So anyway, on the front of the box here, we've got a picture of Padawan Tano here, holding her lightsaber. I'm pretty sure this is of the prototype. I'm pretty sure the head sculpt looks even better than the prototype, which is amazing. And then it says Star Wars down here. Then we've got the normal sort of world between worlds, sort of Ahsoka line banner pattern, or sorry, banner slipcover thing, whatever you want to call it. I haven't done a review in a while, so bear with me, ladies and gentlemen. And then we've got a picture of Padawan Tano here again, but with her sort of goggles on. And then on the side here, it says Ahsoka Tano, Padawan. And then on the side here, we've got a picture, almost a full body picture of her, as you can see, holding her lightsaber in her iconic way. She always holds it like that. Make sure to be careful with these. Honestly, in my opinion, these should be glued down. They shouldn't be free floating like this, because many of my Star Wars boxes, flappy pieces here, have bent really badly. They're super easy to bend, so be careful with them. But I really wish these were glued down. Hot Toys, hopefully Hot Toys will do that in the future. And then on the back, we have a load of the legal informations and the Hot Toy store locations and stuff like that. Now let's remove the cover piece to reveal this awesome artwork. So yeah, this is an awesome picture. We got Padawan Tano straight in the centre holding her lightsaber. We've got Phase 1 Captain Rex in the background and a Phase 1 regular clone trooper, I think that is. And I love sort of the orange background. And then here we've got the sort of the star map. This is with all, I'm pretty sure this little star map thing is present in all of the Ahsoka line figures. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, because I don't remember. And if we remove this awesome artwork, here we've got the figure in the clam tray, looking absolutely awesome. Alright, I have removed the clear plastic protection piece. Now, my first impressions of Padawan Ahsoka Tano is so far so good. She really is a midget, I'm not gonna lie. The head sculpt is looking very good. Anyway, let's get Ahsoka Tano out of the box and all of her accessories so we can take a closer look at her and everything she comes with. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I got Ahsoka out of the box and all of her accessories. Anyway, let's first start off with the display base. So here we go. So this is sort of like a deserty display base. As you know, when we saw the Ahsoka flashback, where we saw this version of Ahsoka, it was, I don't know if it was Geonosis, I don't know what planet it was, but it had darker sand, and I really like that it's got like darker sand. It kind of looks like wet. Maybe that's why it was darker in the show, but yeah, it's really nice. And there is no footprints anymore. They stopped doing the footprint bases because, as you know, with the Mandalorian Season 1 and 2 line, we got those footprint bases, which aren't the worst thing in the world. Like, honestly, I don't really mind them just because I didn't really mind my characters standing in the footprints, but I understand why most people don't like them. I think my Book of Boba Fett also had a footprint display base, as far as I remember. I'm glad they stopped doing those now, and we get these type, which is really, really awesome. But yeah, I really like this. We do get this waist clamp, which is okay. I prefer a crotch grabber because it's a lot easier to put her on a display base. Honestly, if you don't have her in a too crazy pose, I don't really think you would need any display base, any, I don't know, crotch grabber or anything. But actually, though, this display base isn't really a flat surface, so I don't know how secure she'll be standing on here without a crotch grabber or anything. We'll find out later. Also, I never knew this, but you can actually remove the sort of nameplates off the front. As you can see, it says Star Wars Ahsoka Tano. That's really awesome because, like, if you wanted to use this display base for like Mando, for example, you can swap these. I'm pretty sure you should be able to swap them around. You can put like the Mandalorian's nameplate on the front, and it says, I don't know, the Mandalorian. I think you probably could do that. Let me know in the comments if you can. you also get these goggles. She doesn't wear this in the Ahsoka show, but she does wear these in the Clone Wars. I don't remember how much she wears them. I'm pretty sure she only wears them on I think one of the Mortis Gods episodes where she's sort of working in the ship trying to fix it, and she was wearing these. So I'm glad they included them, but I really wish there was padding inside of them, so you're less likely to damage the paint applications on the head sculpt. I am going to put this on the figure, but if you do it too many times, it will probably damage the paint applications on the sculpt, which you do not want to do. This is her lightsaber, as you can see, and I love how shiny it is. I think it's like done in that vacuum sort of paint, sort of, I don't know what it's called, vacuum metal, whatever, I don't know. But it's very shiny and very nice. I really like that. I've always loved Ahsoka's lightsaber. It's very awesome. This is what her blade looks like in it. The blade is a little bit too whitey. The green isn't the best. The reason why they've done that is, the reason why it's like very like not so greeny is because I think because it's kind of like more lighter. When you plug the USB version in, it will be brighter. Talking about the LED lightsabers, obviously we get an LED one, and obviously the junction box, and then you use these to either put on Ahsoka's belt or on her display base. And this is what the swishing blade looks like as well. It's definitely more saturated, but yeah, also the swishing blades always make the lightsabers a lot heavier. That makes sense, but yeah. We have a tool for moving the eyes, and we have a load of hands, but unfortunately not a full array of hands. We get 2 of these lightsaber holding hands. The skin texture is pretty good, but I also noticed on my particular copy, there's a little bit of red on her skin. I don't think that's supposed to be there. I think some of the paint, or I don't know, it's weird. My particular copy, I don't know if they're meant to be there. I don't know if that's meant to be like that, where there's more red on her fingers. As you can see, it looks like she's got blood on her. That's definitely some paint. Oh, also there's a bit of white there. There's definitely some paint sort of fault with mine, unfortunately. But, you know, not everything's perfect. But yeah, the skin texture is good. The gloves and the wrinkling is really, really good. But yeah, 2 lightsaber wielding hands, which is good. We only get 1 fisted hand, which is not good. And even worse, we only get 1 force holding hand. You can't have both of the hands out using the force, unfortunately. But at least you got 1. Very, very nice though. And already installed in the figure, we get 2 open palm hands, as per usual with Hot Toys figures. Oh, I forgot to show you this, guys, because I kind of forgot this even existed. But you get these 2 little like pieces here. Basically, you have the longer, you install the longer piece here if you want the lightsaber hanging off a belt, or if you want it holding, if you want the lightsaber in her hand and not on her belt, you just switch these pieces round. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we got the Padawan Ahsoka Tano figure, standing up straight in no particular poses. I have installed her lightsaber hilt on her belt, and I have moved the eyes to the side. Honestly, my first impressions of this figure standing in front of me is, how on earth in my right mind did I think about skipping on this figure? Ever since I saw Ahsoka on screen, I love the character, and oh my goodness, I think I'm gonna need to go and get a crotch grabber from upstairs. I'll be right back. There we go. I always have plenty of spare crotch grabbers, just because a lot of my figures I don't actually have using them. As I was saying, this figure honestly is amazing. It is perfect. It looks just like the actor which played Padawan Ahsoka in the flashbacks. It is perfect. The proportions look perfect. It is just absolutely crazy. It looks so seamless as well. This looks like an actual person standing right in front of me right now, and it is amazing. Dude, this is such an amazing figure. This is why I had to get it, man. I could not resist. Anyway, let's take a closer look at the details. So here we got this incredible head sculpt here. As you can see, I got the eyes moving off to the side with a little bit of side eye. Very, very awesome here. That face sculpt's amazing. It is so perfect, like I said a second ago. Hopefully I got those eyes looking good. I'm getting better at moving eyes. I'm starting to listen to Justin a little bit, and they're not the easiest thing to do, moving eyes. You definitely have to practice at them. But the Leku is very, very well detailed. If we turn the figure all the way around, she's got her Padawan sort of braid here. Very good. It's made out of PVC plastic, I'm pretty sure. Her Leku is wide, not very well, but if you wanted to move her head forward a bit more, you can lift the, lift the Leku up. So I'll probably do a little later in a couple poses. But yeah, this sculpt is crazy good. And I will be changing the eyes up a little bit later. I'll be moving them a little bit, just so you guys can see what this head sculpt looks like in different eye combinations. So here we got the outfit. So this is definitely my favourite outfit that Ahsoka wears. She basically wears this, I think, halfway through season 3, where she sort of grows a little bit. And pretty sure the flashback version of Ahsoka should be the, like, younger version, where she's not got all of this on, where basically her entire chest is pretty much revealed. You know what I mean, ladies and gentlemen, because she said, oh, this is one of our first battles. So how do I feel about that? Well, I'm glad in the Ahsoka show they went with this outfit. It's not exactly the same as it was in the Clone Wars. It's a little different, but I like this look more than her more revealing look. But yeah, there's one thing I don't like about this outfit. It's nothing to do with Hot Toys, but there's one thing I don't like about this outfit compared to the one in the Clone Wars. She had like a little like gold piece under her neck, like right there, I'm pretty sure. But that's not the end of the world. It's not Hot Toys' problem. It's with the people which designed this outfit for the Ahsoka show. I forgot there's a little like cool thing up the top there. I forgot she wears quite a lot of jewelry. As you can see, there's a little bit of weathering on the belt there, right there. That's pretty cool. There's no weathering anywhere else, but yeah, there's a little bit of weathering, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but it's okay. Justin says he did a smell test on that, and he doesn't know if it's pleather or not. I think he said it smelled like real leather, but he couldn't confirm it. I think it might be pleather, because Hot Toys love to put pleather in, but it might not be, you never know. I do love this little bit here. As you can see, the patterns on it. Very, very nice. Yeah, very nice. Fully sculpted pouch here. As you can see, you've got the full silicone arms. Very, very awesome. Silicone has a weird smell. I don't think I've ever worked with silicone on a Hot Toys figure before, so when I took it out of the box, it had a really weird whiff of a smell. But yeah, as you can see, you've got these little pieces on here as well. They're kind of free floating, so they'll move when you pose them, so you can just move them back if that's the case. If they move out the way, we've got her fully sculpted gauntlets here. Gauntlets. I think I say them wrong. Gauntlet. I can't speak ever in my life. Oh, I don't know, ladies and gentlemen. We've got these bits here. That's pretty cool. What's really cool as well is usually in a pose where you have sort of to bend the arm or the wrist pegs, usually right now you would see orange through there, but what they did is they put like a piece of like crimson spandex under there to cover sort of the wrist pegs, so when you're bending the wrists it will show the sort of crimson color. I'll demonstrate that later when I take off the wrist pegs, so you'll see. And then her sort of legs here, spandex grey here, they'll be very, very good for posing there. And thank you, we know you can do it, Hot Toys. Fully sculpted boots. They did it with the Book of Boba Fett figure, and then with Ahsoka. What's funny is both of their boots are sort of crimson, but then like figures like Thrawn or Sabine Wren, they're not fully sculpted, they're pleather. So Hot Toys, make up your mind. In fact, don't make up your mind. Do stuff more like this, so they're more durable. There we go, that face sculpt looks a lot better now. Sorry, not the face sculpt. The video looks a lot better now. You can see the face sculpt a lot better now because I put the flash on. It's just one of those really dark days today. So like when I sometimes try and focus in the figure, I had it when I was trying to show the belt. It kept unfocusing, which is really annoying. Anyway, let's get Ahsoka Tano in her first pose. Alright, here we got my first pose. I found it quite difficult. I've never worked with silicone arms before, so I'm a little bit nervous. But here we got my first pose. Actually, what's funny is this is what I was going to use the goggles, and this was the pose I was going to get her in. But when I watched the Clone Wars the other day, I think it was one of the Mortis Scots episodes where she was wearing those goggles. She actually stood exactly like this with her arms crossed and with her goggles on. So this is the perfect pose. I won't keep putting these goggles on over and over again. I will do it once or twice for some figure photography and then either leave them on or leave them off. But the goggles do look good. I'll put the flash on in a minute so you can sort of see the eyes through the goggles a lot easier. The arms crossed is very difficult. I've done my best here, as you can see. It's very awesome. I think I did quite a good job. I copied it off one of the blogger photos, release blogger photos. By the way, the lightsaber falls out very easily, so probably dial in the pose first thing, put it on, and she's just standing up straight. I didn't do anything with her eyes. She's still got the side eye on, which works for this pose. So yeah, as you can see, the glasses are kind of reflective. You can see through them, but they are a little reflective, which is good. They are good. Very, very well done. There's a little bit like texture on the glasses. Like I think that's chipping and stuff where they've been like, you know, maybe thrown around. I kind of like that. But yeah, honestly, really nice. I'm really happy I got her in. I don't know, crossing her hands pose. That's really awesome. Quite difficult to do. I didn't really think it would be that difficult. But yeah, I'm planning on doing, I think, 4 different poses for this video, by the way. So this is pose number 1. Now let's move on to pose number 2. And as you can see, I have plugged in the LED lightsaber, but for some reason, it has something to do with these junction boxes. This is the second faulty junction box I've had with Sabine. Her lightsaber kept going off, and now Ahsoka's one keeps going off. What is it with the green lightsabers? There's something wrong with their Hot Toys junction box for green lightsabers. But yeah, the light looks really good because obviously we spoke about this at the start of the video, but there's barely no saturation in the green, so obviously it's going to glow quite well. But here we go, very simple pose, haven't moved the eyes or anything, she's just standing up straight. I noticed a little bit when I bent the arms back, there's a little bit of like creasing in the silicone, but I think over time that will sort of fix itself. I'm pretty sure that happened with someone's She-Hulk, and it fixed the next day. Oh my god, this is going to get frustrating. I'm only going to use, this is the only pose I'm using the LED lightsaber in this video, by the way. Definitely now because of this issue which keeps happening. But yeah, I love this pose, the way she's holding it. This would be my permanent display option in my display without all these wires, by the way, if I had like proper space for her. But unfortunately, if I had her stand like this in the collection, she would cover my Umbra operated ARC Trooper, so I have to have her crouch down. So I've got an epic crouch down pose plan because there's a picture on the blogger photos I'm going to be copying. Talking about the Umbra operative ARC Trooper, this is what the Umbra operative ARC Trooper looks like beside Ahsoka. As you can see, the clone trooper is huge compared to her. She really is a midget, which is good for me because I can get away with slotting her in the collection without covering too much of him. But I love this. This looks great. I don't own too many clone troopers. I own 2 chrome ones, the Chrome Commander Cody and then Gold Chrome Clone Trooper, and then the Clone Commando, and then this one. But yeah, no, she is very awesome next to him. I bought this trooper down the other day, and this, honestly, I'm super glad I bought this figure. It's amazing. Anyway, back to Ahsoka. This is what her lightsaber looks like without the lights on. Very, very nice. It looks very, very good. Honestly, I think most people will be displaying their Ahsoka like this. This is such a perfect pose. Just perfect, man. It's super good. Wow, that Leku looks super good. Like, with the flash on, you can really notice some of those awesome details. Wow, this is crazy cool, man. Holy. I can sit here shooting these 2 figures next to each other all blooming day, but we don't have all blooming day, guys. I don't want this video to be too long. So let's move on to pose number 3. So, yeah, this lightsaber blade completely sucks. It looks white right now. It's really annoying. It does not look green. I will be having her with a lightsaber blade in the collection. Part of me wanted, you know, to use the swooshing blade, but I only want to do 4 poses for this video. But yeah, as I was saying, the blade, we'll talk about the blade more in the pros and cons section. But yeah, no, this is a really cool pose. It's similar to one on the blogger photos. By the way, yeah, you can move the head a little bit. I think, like I said earlier, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this, but if you move the Leku up a little bit, you can get some more range of motion. I think I said earlier about looking up and down. But yeah, if you move the Leku a little bit, bend it a little bit, you can get that head to turn a little bit. But yeah, no, I really like this pose. Very nice. I'm really happy I'm using the crotch grabber instead because, as you can see, because of the crotch grabber, because of her skirt little thing, you can't even see it from the front. From the side and back you can, but from here, yeah, it looks super seamless. But yeah, no, this is a good pose. It's just the blade really annoys me. But yeah, I like this. Unfortunately, one of the eyes is a little loose. It's not a bad thing. It's just kind of annoying. It's just when I'm trying to move the eye, sticking my finger up there, a few times it got stuck. So I had to use the moving eyes tool. It's really irritating. And I think I got this side eye. I moved the eyes again, as you can see. I think I got the side eye decently good here. Like, I think when I put the head back on, one of the eyes moved a little bit. But look, it looks good, I think. Like I said, I'm getting better at moving eyes. Moving eyes is not easy. Like, a lot of my figures in my collection, the moving eyes aren't perfect. Don't really want to, like, change it because I like the evolution of my collection of, you know, me getting better of, like, moving eyes and stuff, whatever, or posing. But I think this is good. This is I think this is how I fix. I keeps wanting to focus in the lightsaber blade, but I think this is good. Let me know in the comments how good am I at moving eyes. What do you think? Do you think these poses are good with the eyes? And let me know how good you are in the comments with moving eyes, because it'll be really cool to find out, to see how good you guys are at posing or moving eyes. My posing is definitely getting a lot better than it used to be. I'm getting a bit more brave with my posing. It's kind of really difficult with the silicone arm sometimes. I don't think it is, guys. I think I'm just nervous. But I think underneath it's like a metal endoskeleton, I think I heard. I'm not sure. I think it is with silicone armed characters, I think. I don't know. I don't know if Hot Toys do that. This is definitely not going to be my last figure with silicone arms. I think there'll be a lot more figures coming out in the future, which I'm going to get with silicone arms. So this is kind of a good little practice. But yeah, looking great. I'm really happy with this pose. Anyway, let's move on. Oh, I almost forgot, but I did say, I think earlier, that I was going to show you what the figure looks like without her hands on. As you can see, you've got that awesome spandex thing, so you cannot see the ball joints. I think that is awesome, and they do need to do that more often with figures. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is my final pose. So yes, I did say I wanted her crouching down. This pose is very similar to the blogger photo picture. If you guys looked at the release blogger photos, you know what one I'm talking about. But unfortunately, because she was crouched down, she was not secure. And I really don't like my figures not being secure. I'm very paranoid after what happened to my Venom, because he was very front heavy. So I am not going to make any mistakes. She's on the crotch grabber. And it's a similar pose. Hopefully I can do something like this in my collection. Because basically, this... before I had this figure, the Range Trooper and this Umbra Operative Arc Trooper were very close to each other, and I do have a space in front, but I really hope I do something like this, where you can still see the Umbra Trooper and Ahsoka, but at the same time still able to fit the Range Trooper there. I'll try and do my best. Got the eyes moving up. She looks very mad. Her head looking down slightly as well. I don't think, is this focused in again? I don't think it is. I've sort of, it's trying to, I don't know. It's a very, very dark day, or dark night, should I say. Oh, Dark Night. Great movie. Anyway, let's not get sidetracked. This Umbra Trooper, though, is super cool in the background, but he's not focusing in with Ahsoka right now, which is annoying. I try to get a photo of these two together. It's very difficult, but I think I'm going to try another photo when all the boxes are in the background and stuff. That'll be kind of cool. But yeah, I really hope I can make this work in my collection. If I can, I'll be posting a picture on my Instagram account. Make sure to check that out, by the way. Link is in the description if you want to see Ahsoka in my collection, and a lot of other stuff as well. But yeah, I'm liking this pose. It is great. When we move on to the pros and cons section, I will put the flash on, so I'll give you another look before the end of the video. But yeah, it's one of those dark days. I do have quite a bright light in this room, but sometimes I think I'm going to need the flash for certain figures, and Ahsoka is definitely one of them. But yeah, let me know in the comments which one is your favourite pose. Anyway, let's move on to the two irritating and two great things about this awesome Ahsoka Tano figure. The first irritating thing is the lightsaber blade. So, as you know, it's very desaturated. In my opinion, what they should have done was throw this desaturated blade in so the LED blade looks better, or the LED light up effect looks better. But also they should have thrown in a more saturated lightsaber blade for the people which don't want to display their figure or can't display their figure hooked up to a power source. Because as you can see, the blade looks very desaturated, and it's definitely, in certain light levels, it just looks super white and it doesn't even look green. The second irritating thing is I actually put the glasses back in the box, or goggles, sorry, but the goggles should have a little bit of padding to protect the head sculpt. As you can see, this head sculpt is absolutely incredible. I would say it's absolutely perfect. And if you keep taking off the glasses, putting them back on, taking them off, you will probably damage this paint applications. What they should have done is thought of that and added just a little bit of padding, a bit like what they do with the waist clamp, sort of spring-loaded waist clamps. They put padding inside of it to hopefully avoid it digging into rubbers or suits. The first great thing is what they did for the wrist peg. So instead of, you know, you seeing ugly orange plastic, because right now, if it didn't have those spandex sort of covers, you would see the ugly wrist pegs, orange plastic. But I am very glad with Ahsoka, they decided to put some spandex sort of crimson over the wrist pegs, so you physically cannot see the wrist pegs when she is displayed. The second great thing is, do I even need to say it? This head sculpt is absolutely incredible. Like I said a couple of minutes ago, this head sculpt is perfect. Like, look at it. Look at it. Like, with the moving eyes, it looks even better. Like, she's looking really angry right now in this pose, and it's absolutely incredible. And I honestly think they have done a great job with the sculpt. I think the sculpt looks even better than it did in the prototype, which is absolutely awesome, because sometimes head sculpts will soften or maybe slightly worse, but in Ahsoka's case, I think the sculpt is even better. So if you're a fan of Ahsoka, especially the Clone Wars version of her, you need to cop this figure, because this figure is absolutely incredible. They nailed it. Like, this figure is pretty much almost perfect. Like I said in the pros and cons section, there's a few things irritating about it, but the things which are irritating about this figure are nothing to do with the figure. It's the lightsaber blade, it's the goggles. The figure itself, in my opinion, is perfect. Like, these spandex sort of trousers, yeah, it makes posing so easy. It's so easy to pose. And then obviously the silicone arms, no matter what pose you're in, it's seamless. This figure is pretty much seamless, fully seamless, and it's absolutely incredible. So well done, Hot Toys, chef's kiss. Get the figure if you love Ahsoka, especially from the Clone Wars. So if you have enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the subscribe and that like button. Also, make sure to comment down below what you think of this figure, and if you are going to be picking it up, or if you already have picked it up, because I'm a little bit late to reviewing this figure, because I wasn't actually going to get it. I wasn't planning on getting it. I am planning on doing a video soon. I'm just going to let this figure sit a little bit, then I'm going to do a video sort of ranking all of my Ahsoka line figures, because now I've got Ahsoka. I have 7 of the Ahsoka line figures, just because the Hot Toys Ahsoka line is one of the best Hot Toys Star Wars lines. In fact, one of the best lines ever, like, because the figures, every single figure from that line, or from this line, should I say, is super, super strong. Anyway, I'll catch you guys in another review, figure preview, or short.